Hey everybody, we're here at SoCal Expo and we are checking out this trailer from MDC-USA. It is the XT9 Off-Grid Extreme. I'm with Brandon from ROA Offroad. Going to help tell us about it, right?
Yeah, this is a brand new trailer from MDC, the XT9. Just came out. This is kind of the first time people are seeing it here at the show. So yeah, I'm excited to go through it with you.
Great. So give me a basics. What are we talking about here?
So we're talking 9-foot box. That's why it's called the XT9. It's a 15-foot total length. Some cool specs, 3,300 pounds dry. You can get up to 4,400 pounds. We got 525 watts of Renogy solar on the roof. That's feeding into an MPPT solar, and that's going to charge your batteries, which is 400 amp hours of Renogy lithium. And everything's a Renogy one-core system. It's got an onboard furnace, onboard water heater, independent suspension, so you just have everything you need to go off-grid.
One of the things I like about the MDC USA trailers, there's no options, right? You get everything that we're going to talk about, everything that we're going to show is all included.
Yes, everything's standard, no options, no playing those games, so I love that from MDC.
All right, so let's talk about the trailer itself. We got good construction. This thing just feels beefy. It feels really good. What do we have for suspension?
So the suspension is a proprietary suspension from MDC. It's an X-Track suspension. So it's an independent suspension with coils, dual gas shocks. It's been tested. I mean, in Australia, they've been doing it over 20 years. So it's pretty amazing. It's going to get you where you want to go. Wherever your vehicle can go, this thing's going to
Some good flex like that. You're not with a solid axle, it can get really tippy. Independent, it's going to keep it a lot more controlled.
Yeah.
And we've got some ports on the outside here. I see water inlet. So how much water can we carry?
So we got 31 gallons of fresh water on this thing. So a pretty good amount of water for a trailer this size. And then the cool thing here is this wet bay is recessed, so it does have some heat behind there. It's not a total 4-season trailer, but you got some winter capability as well.
Great. So that's a heater for the water tank itself?
Yeah, there's tank heaters on everything, and then there's also
a water heater.
Hot air behind this, and then a water heater as well for hot showers.
Because you're using that dual water heater and cabin heater, right? Which one is that?
It's the Trima Combi, so it's a hot air furnace, but also a water heater.
And that's propane, right?
Yeah, all propane.
Great. And then we got a little bit of storage up front, and we got some other connectors here.
You have your shore power connection to charge 30 amps, so if you need to at a campground, you can plug in, and then a TV inlet for satellite. Underneath that, though, is actually a option to expand your solar. So if you want to bring side panels, you can do up to 600 watts on the side. So
is that combined with what we have on top?
Yeah, so 525 watts on the roof standard, and then you can plug in 600 here, so 1125 watts.
That should charge things pretty quick, or allow you to run your margarita maker.
Yeah,
right.
And then if you don't have sun on here, you can put those out.
Some portables out in the sun. Great. Well, let's move around, see some of the other sides, and then we're going to take a look inside.
Let's do it.
Okay, now we're kind of what we call the passenger side of the vehicle over here. We got some storage and we got a kitchen. Tell us about this kitchen. This thing looks awesome.
Yeah, so this is a full stainless steel kitchen, custom made from MDC, so you won't see anything like this on anything else. But you got a sink, and that has hot and cold water already plumbed, so there's no plugging in anything. Above that, we have like a drying rack, spice rack, and that actually can kind of fold up and out of the way and just folds down.
Yeah, the faucet bends down out of the way.
And then a 3-burner Thetford stove for the nerds out there that like BTUs. This is a 9800 BTU burner, and then 2 5800 BTU burners. So
nice.
With a little bit of wind, you're not going to get those blown out, but you'll have wind guards as well. And then below the stove, we have a cutlery drawer just right here.
Very nice.
For your knives, your spoons, whatever you need. Even some spices if you can fit it.
And if you need some prep area, you got this nice, oh man, that is a thick cover.
Yeah.
So you could do some prep on here if you needed to. Get ready. And then over here, looks like we got a pantry.
Yeah, one of my favorite additions. So this is the new model, like I said, releasing here, and they added this pass-through pantry. And so this is a good place to store your pantry items, your dry goods, and it passes through to the inside as well. So that way, when you have a late night craving, late night snack,
you don't have to get out.
Yeah, you don't have to get outside. You can just pull this through into the inside. We'll show you that when we go inside. But
great. Let's take a look at the front.
Yeah.
And in front of the cabinet area, there's another storage compartment here. Well,
if you're cooking outside, you got to have a place to put a fridge. So this is going to be your fridge. It's got a vent here so it doesn't overheat. And then it just has it on a slide like this. And this can fit up to a 95-liter fridge. Most people go with the dual phone so they can have the fridge and freezer. And then your power connections, you do have a cigarette lighter, but then you also have an Anderson connection too for your fridge, which I love.
That is awesome. If you've watched my channel much, you know I hate the 12-volt accessory ports because what were they designed for? The thing that you put into them to pop out of them, and it does it well. If you had a refrigerator on a trail, you've had that connector come unplugged.
Oh, yeah.
So having to, and that's just a standard 12 volt, right? So
Yeah.
I could just take the end off of the fridge cable, splice an Anderson in, plug it in, and you have a solid
It
connection.
actually locks in.
I love that. That is brilliant. Manufacturers, get on that. Anderson plugs or minis would be fine.
Yeah. And speaking of Anderson plugs, there's actually one on the front. So when we go up front, I'll show you that.
Excellent. Let's take a look at the front. Okay, we kind of got the business end of the trailer here.
Yeah, just like a nice tool utility box. So on each side, you have big spaces here. There's actually a little dedicated slot for jerry cans, so you can bring extra water, extra fuel, whatever you want. And
Nice.
you can also take those racks out and just use it as extra storage too.
And these latches look nice.
Yeah, all locking latches, and then you got propane. So standard with two 20-pound propane tanks. If you're crazy, you can actually upgrade these because it will fit two 30-pounders as well.
I can't imagine needing more. I can't even imagine needing two 20s
Yeah,
for a
those
trip.
go a long
but
way.
that's pretty cool. All right, so that's some good storage. I love the jerry cans. I mean, and these are padded. I'll show you some video of that. So that's not going to rattle around. That's going to be nice and secure for extra gas. And then what do we got on the front end here?
Front story with the hitch is a DO35. It's a fully articulating hitch, so that way when you get those off-road situations, your hitch is going to wiggle and move. And then I mentioned over there an Anderson connector. So we can actually set up your truck with the Anderson connector, and that way you can charge up to 30 amps. It has a Renogy DC to DC charger on this thing, so then you can get up to 30 amps.
Right, because
back to the battery.
If you think that you're going to be able to charge a trailer battery off your standard 7-pin connector, it's not going to happen. You need to run a thicker wire all the way up to your main battery, so it's connected to your alternator,
Yep.
so that you're getting full power back here, and you're going to want to use a stout connector like an Anderson.
Yeah, and that's a modification we do at ROA Off-Road. So when you come pick up a trailer, we can take your truck into the shop while you're...
Knock that out.
Yeah, and knock
Very
it out.
cool. Okay, and I also see a water spigot here.
Yes.
I can't tell you how much I like that. Just being able to come out, turn it on, a little trickle or whatever, wash your hands. Some trailers have a hand pump, and how are you supposed to wash your hands with a hand pump when you're pumping the water? Doesn't make any sense.
So yeah, even when you're hitching up, your hands are gonna get dirty, and
Yeah.
you just come rinse your hands off. I love having the outside. A nice handbrake too for braking the trailer, and then we have a jockey wheel here for recovery situations, but this thing's light enough that you can roll it around too on that wheel.
So, and this is standard with electronic brakes.
Correct, and it also does have a Tucson sway control system on this too. So if you get a little bit of sway while you're towing, that will kick in. And
Oh, very nice. I think it's time to go take a look inside.
yeah, let's do it.
All right, we are inside, and now both of us are 6'2".
Yeah.
And obviously on this side, where the clamshell is fully open, I've got tons of room.
And then I'm in the furthest place where you'd stand, and I still got a couple inches here.
That's a lot of space in here. Now, obviously with this down, you're only going to put this up once you're parked.
Yeah.
But, down, you're going to crunch down. But that is really cool. And I see a ton of things that I want to talk about in here. I mean, this looks like a smoke detector, but it's not.
It's a speaker.
It's a
You have Bluetooth radio. You can access AM, FM radio.
Does the TV come with it?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
TV, so you can connect your speakers to the TV. Not only do you have speakers on the inside, but also the outside as well. So you can change the zones. If you're cooking outside, cooking a good meal, bring the music outside a little bit.
Nice.
And yeah, so that's a speaker. We got a skylight here too that can pop open for extra air. Sorry, Scott.
Lights, lots of lights.
You can get extra air in here. This can fully black out too, so we can black out if we want to sleep in. Polycarbonate windows with bug screens and
blackouts.
blackout shades
nice.
too.
Got some reading lights back
In
there.
the corners.
You got some
Nice
power
little
outlets.
headboard. This is a true queen bed, so I like that because you can actually swap it out. It's
Yeah.
not comfortable.
And use standard bedding.
Yep. And use standard sheets and blankets.
Very nice.
12-volt Sirocco fan, which is actually nice. Got 3 different settings. You can set it on a timer as well. I like to open up the windows and then turn that on and get a nice cross breeze. Open up the windows too. This is all canvas, really thick. No need to be seasoned either, which I like.
Yeah.
And you can just get nice airflow and light into here.
Okay, and let's take a look at all this storage we've got over here.
So we'll start with the good stuff, and I'll show you. This is that Renogy one-core system, so you can know exactly what's going on with your battery, what percentage you're at. I like the percentage because that's what I'm used to on my phone.
Yeah.
And this does actually connect into your phone with the Renogy app, so that way you can be able to monitor your power. It uses a Wi-Fi signal, and it actually stretches pretty far, so you can be in your truck or around the campsite and be able to monitor exactly what's going on with your trailer. And then you got switches here for different components like your Truma Combi, your water pump, your fridge, your DC outlets, and then this is those tank heaters I was talking about. So that has a 12-volt heating pad on the tanks, so that helps it not freeze.
Okay, and I don't remember if we mentioned, how big of a water tank does this have?
It does have a 31-gallon freshwater tank.
That's a lot of water.
There's no need for a gray or black tank in this. There's no, your shower and bathroom are on the outside, so you just have the one tank.
Okay, we got some good storage in here.
Great storage under here for extra gear. You also have these two drawers that are quite deep. You can use those for clothes or just extra goods. And then underneath this drawer is that passenger pantry we looked at on the outside. So this is how I can just slide it in. And then when I get hungry at night and I don't want to leave because it's too cold outside, I just come grab my snack here.
Very nice.
Another very large storage underneath here too. And then you can see that's where that furnace is actually ducted through. There's 3 ports. And that helps get heat behind your water pipes and everything as well. Nice counter space, TV. And then there's a sitting area. This does have a table that can go in here, and a lagoon table. And then you have some of your controls down here for your lights, a battery shut off. This is your inverter switch, your Truma Combi controls. And it's just nice to be able to have a place to sit. You can do work, eat your food. You can fit you and another person, so this is a great solo traveler's trailer or a couple's trailer. The unique thing about this is I compare it to teardrops a lot of times because it is compact, it's lightweight, but you can actually stand up inside like we mentioned.
Right. So what do we have underneath here?
Yeah, underneath here, I want to show off an inverter. So I don't know if I mentioned that, but this does have an inverter as well. So you're going to be able to power normal outlets while you're off grid. And this has that Rego 3000 watt inverter from Renogy, which is absolutely incredible. You have your DC to DC chargers, your MPPT chargers, and everything's super clean with the way MDC wires everything. And I like just having easy access to my inverter.
All right, now I see AC outlet here. Are they anywhere else?
Right here by the TV, we have one as well.
Okay. Oh,
And you're gonna actually have plugs on the outside of the trailer as well.
okay. Full stereo system in here too.
Yeah.
Very nice. Like little bags for stuff. Very cool.
Yeah, this is just gonna be your water pump and water pipes, which makes it easy to access as well.
Now, where are the batteries for this?
Battery is actually, it's underneath the bed. It's a 400 amp hour battery, just one piece.
Oh, wow.
And it's just underneath the bed over here, so.
Okay, it's not as easy to get to, but
Not
accessible,
empty,
right?
but accessible, yeah. It's just a little lift cabinet like this. It's just gonna be underneath your mattress.
One thing we didn't note is this has a 270 awning on it as well.
Yeah, it has a Batwing 270 awning, and it actually has a full annex room. You can actually see it over here. We have an example on this 12. So that comes included, but it's
That's
a
all
270
included?
Annex. Yeah, all standard.
The annex is included too. Wow, that's a hell of a deal for all this. And as we mentioned, there are no options, right?
No options.
Everything that you saw is all included in this.
Yeah.
Okay, what are we talking about price?
It's MSRP is a little under 60,000, so 59,000.
It's not bad.
We got a show special right now for a little under 50,000. So yeah.
So if you're watching this, contact Brandon at ROA and see if you can make a deal.
Yeah, you can. We have 4 locations across the U.S. So Arizona, Colorado, Utah, South Carolina, so all across the U.S. We'd love to talk to you and get something done. And if you're watching this on YouTube, we have a great YouTube channel, ROA Offroad, and you can find walkthroughs on every single MDC model.
Great. I'm excited about this. I think this is a cool trailer for, like you said, a couple, maybe a dog or, a little kid with them. Not 4 people or 6 people. They got bigger units for that. But a little off-road trailer, this thing's pretty sweet. Brandon, thanks for your time. Really appreciate it.
You bet.
All right. Where can they check you out?
YouTube here, ROA Offroad, or you can go to roaoffroad.com and see our full lineup there.
And of course, check out MDC-USA and Renogy. I mean, that's the electronics in this thing. So thanks for watching, everyone. Stay safe out there. We'll see you on the trails.